You've spent too long trying to make everyone happy, always saying yes, always smiling, always being the dependable one. And what has it brought you? Tired eyes, empty energy, a fake peace that keeps you quiet while your soul screams on the inside. Listen to me. You will never build a powerful life by begging for approval. You can't become unstoppable while living for applause, because the truth is, the more you chase validation, the more you lose yourself. And when you lose yourself, you lose everything. You weren't born to be everyone's favorite. You were born to be real. And real people don't always fit in. They stand out. They disturb comfort zones. They trigger weak minds. They walk alone before they walk tall. There's a moment in life when you have to stop explaining yourself. Stop shrinking to make others comfortable, and stop apologizing for your light. Because if you keep dimming it, one day you'll forget how bright you were meant to shine. So here's the truth. You are not behind. You are not late. You're just being prepared. Prepared for something bigger than what you can currently see. Life delays the breakthrough until you become strong enough to handle it. The pain you're feeling now, it's not punishment. It's preparation. The struggle, the heartbreak, the isolation, they're shaping you into someone unshakable. And I know it hurts, but strength doesn't grow in comfort. It grows in chaos. Diamonds are made under pressure. Legends are born from pain. Most people run from the fire, but the ones who rise, they walk through it. Because they know every scar tells a story of survival. Every battle shapes a warrior, and every fall gives you one more reason to rise. So stop asking, why me? Start saying, try me. Stop waiting for the world to understand you. They don't need to. You don't need permission to evolve. You just need the courage to begin. This is your reminder. You're not meant to blend in with average. You were built to disrupt mediocrity. So if people don't understand your fire, let them stay cold. If they doubt your vision, let them watch when it becomes reality. Because the ones who laughed at your silence will one day fall quiet at your success. This is your awakening. No more begging. No more pretending. No more settling for less than you deserve. You've been asleep in your own potential for too long. It's time to wake up and claim your life back. Let's talk about mindset. Because the truth is, your life will never rise higher than your thinking. You can have dreams, goals, talent, but if your mind is weak, you'll sabotage everything before it begins. You can't win on the outside if you're losing on the inside. And most people never fail because they lack potential. They fail because they quit on discipline. They crave comfort more than growth. They want results, but not the routine. They want the reward, but not the repetition. And that's where greatness dies, not in defeat, but in distraction. You see, discipline is not about motivation. It's about commitment. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going when motivation disappears. Winners wake up and do what needs to be done whether they feel like it or not. Every single day, you're training your mind. You're either strengthening your excuses or your execution. You're either feeding your power or your pain. And you can't build a strong life with a weak mindset. Every morning you wake up, you have a choice. Stay comfortable or get better. Stay safe or chase your calling. Stay average or rise above everything that once broke you. Most people want to feel ready before they start. But you'll never feel ready. You become ready by starting. Confidence doesn't come from knowing it all. It comes from showing up again and again, even when you fail. So stop waiting for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. The perfect time was yesterday. The second best time is right now. And when your mind starts whispering, you can rest now, you've done enough, you remind yourself, discipline doesn't care how you feel. It just demands that you show up. Every time you push past that voice, you're building something invisible, a muscle called self-respect. And once you have that, you become unstoppable. See, success doesn't belong to the smartest or the most talented. It belongs to the most consistent. The ones who keep showing up when no one's watching. The ones who grind in silence while others seek attention. The ones who choose progress over perfection. You want to change your life? Start keeping the promises you make to yourself. That's where real confidence is born. Not in the praise, not in the likes, but in the quiet moments where no one's watching, and you still choose to do the hard thing. And I know, it's hard. Some days the weight feels unbearable. But remember this, pain is temporary. Quitting is forever. You'll never regret the nights you pushed through, but you will regret the days you gave in. So stop chasing comfort. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. You weren't built to stay soft. You were built to stay strong. Every second you delay, someone else is grinding harder. Every excuse you feed, someone else is breaking through. So make a choice. Discipline or disappointment, sacrifice or stagnation, growth or regret. Because one day, you'll thank yourself for not giving up when it would have been easier to quit. That's how champions are made. In the moments when no one believes, and you keep believing anyway. Most people spend their entire lives chasing things that mean nothing. Money without peace, recognition without fulfillment, success without purpose. And that's why they wake up one day, surrounded by everything they thought they wanted, and still feel empty inside. Purpose is what separates existing from truly living. It's what gives your pain a reason and your struggle a meaning. Because when you know why you're doing something, you can survive almost anyhow. But here's the truth. Purpose won't shout at you. It whispers. And you'll never hear it if your life is too loud with distractions, opinions, and noise. You find purpose in silence. You discover it in the spaces where nobody is watching. It's born in the places where your heart breaks, the moments that made you question everything. Because often, your pain points directly to your purpose. You were not given those challenges by accident. You were chosen for them, because they shape you into who you need to become. Every storm you've survived was preparing you to lead others through their own. That's purpose. It's not about being perfect. It's about being real. It's about turning your scars into maps for those still lost in the dark. It's about becoming the person you needed when you were struggling. And the beautiful thing about purpose is, it evolves. It grows as you grow. You don't have to have it all figured out today. You just need to take the next step in faith, because growth is not an event, it's a process. It's the decision to keep learning, keep improving, keep becoming. You outgrow versions of yourself that once felt comfortable, and that's not arrogance, that's evolution. Don't feel guilty for changing. You're not supposed to stay the same. You're supposed to shed the old layers, let go of old habits, and rise into a new identity. The people who can't handle your growth were only meant for the chapter you've outgrown. And that's okay. Not everyone is meant to come with you. When you start walking in your purpose, you'll lose some people. But you'll find yourself. And that's a trade worth making every single time. Growth is uncomfortable. It requires you to let go of what's familiar. But that discomfort, that stretch, is a sign that you're stepping into something greater. Every level of your life will demand a new version of you. And that means you can't stay the same and expect new results. You can't think small and live big. You can't hang with the lazy and expect greatness. Your environment is either feeding your purpose or starving it. So surround yourself with those who challenge you, who inspire you, who remind you that you're capable of more. And remember, growth is not always visible. Sometimes it's happening quietly, deep inside your spirit. Just because you can't see the results yet doesn't mean the roots aren't forming. Don't rush the process. God's timing is precise. What's meant for you won't miss you, but you have to stay planted long enough for it to bloom. Keep walking. Keep growing. You're not falling behind. You're being refined. And one day you'll look back and realize that every delay, every detour, every heartbreak was leading you straight into your purpose. There comes a point in life where pretending becomes too heavy to carry. You've spent years trying to fit into spaces that were never built for your truth. You've dimmed your fire to make others comfortable. You've hidden your dreams so you wouldn't look too ambitious. But the price of pretending is your peace. And nothing is worth your peace. Authenticity is not about being perfect. It's about being honest. It's standing tall in your flaws, your past, your lessons, and saying, "This is me, still becoming, still learning, still standing." Because real strength doesn't come from never breaking. It comes from breaking open and choosing to rebuild anyway. You see, when you stop performing for approval, you start attracting what's real. Real people, real love, real opportunities. And yes, that means you'll lose some people along the way. But what's meant for the fake version of you can never bless the real one. The world doesn't need more copies. It needs originals. People who speak truth in a time where silence is safer. People who live with conviction when conformity is easier. People who have the courage to stand alone if that's what honesty requires. Because authenticity is magnetic. When you live in truth, your presence carries power. You stop chasing it and start attracting. You stop begging and start becoming. So be unapologetic about who you are. The world will adjust, and the ones meant for you will rise to meet your energy. Now, let's talk legacy. Legacy is not built in a single moment. It's built in the quiet consistency of a lifetime. It's the impact you leave behind, not in your words, but in your example. how you treat people, how you overcome struggle, how you stand firm when life hits hardest. Legacy is built every day you choose integrity over convenience, every time you lift someone up when you could have walked past, every time you give without expecting anything in return. One day, people won't remember the numbers, the titles, or the awards. They'll remember how you made them feel. They'll remember your energy. They'll remember the fire you left behind. That's the power of authenticity. When you live true, your legacy lives forever. So stop chasing success for validation and start chasing purpose for transformation. Because when your life becomes a message, you won't need to convince anyone of your worth. You'll just shine, and the world will feel it. You've walked through fire. You've carried storms in silence. You've been broken, doubted, overlooked, and yet here you are, still standing, still fighting, still becoming that strength in you. It's not luck. It's the result of every time you refused to quit, every time you wiped your tears and showed up anyway, every time you believed there was more to your story, even when you couldn't see it. You've outgrown versions of yourself that once felt like home. You've outlasted pain that was meant to destroy you. You've proven that survival isn't enough. You were made to rise, and rise you will. Because this isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of your transformation. Every lesson, every heartbreak, every loss was carving something sacred within you. So no more playing small. No more doubting your worth. No more living halfway. This is your time to walk like you've already won. Because surviving was the victory that unlocked your next level. The world is waiting for what you carry. Your voice, your vision, your light. There are people you haven't met yet whose healing will come from your story. So speak it, live it, be it. Don't hold back out of fear that you're not ready. You were never meant to be perfect, just real. And real always reaches deeper than flawless ever could. You are not defined by your failures. You are refined by them. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt stronger. Every ending was simply redirecting you to something greater. So rise. Rise for the younger version of you who thought it was over. Rise for the people watching who need proof that it's possible. Rise for the legacy you're about to build. And when life hits again, because it will, you won't run this time. You'll stand tall, look it in the eye and say, I was built for this, because you are. You always have been. And now, the world will finally see it. This is your time, your chapter, your comeback, your rise. So go, live it like you were never meant to be average. Speak like the world needs your voice. Move like purpose runs in your veins. And never forget, you didn't come this far just to survive. You came this far to become unforgettable.